Guess who's back? Back
again.
Boyle's back.
Tell a friend.
Because, man, welcome everybody to the Power Hour of Love. I'm Charboil, and this is
El Bandito.
And, man, if you're wondering why I'm so energetic tonight, is the fact that, man, I had a nice, restful, relaxing vacation last week. But, man, I missed all of you beautiful people out there. I missed El Bandito. I missed the Legion of Love, man. But I know I tuned in a little bit last night, and Ori was in here holding down the fort, man. Hanging with El Bandito, filling my big shoes, and doing it oh so well. So thank you, Ori, so much for jumping in there and hanging out with my partner in crime here.
No doubt, man. She actually did a bang-up smashing job coming into the studio with us here, man, and rocking out a wonderful evening of the Power Hour Love. I'm going to throw her some Twitch love right there.
Oh, yeah.
Our fabulous master moderator and just an excellent and amazing charity streamer. We recommend all you beautiful people out there. Get over to her page and check it out. I'll throw a link down here. She is... I don't think she's going to be able to make it with us tonight. I know she's off streaming for a week or two here, working on some IRL stuff. But we throw some love out there for her all the same.
Well, you know it, man. You know it. Definitely, I caught some of the show last week. It looked like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about the Webb's birthday, and just recently was my birthday. So, I mean, it's good to know that the internet is a fellow Pisces.
No doubt, man. The World Wide Web is a fellow Pisces.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So the show was smashing, getting her in studio was really great. And she was a super ton of fun, and she does exciting charity streams like I was just mentioning a minute ago. Like her entire channel she does just for charity. Doesn't collect any money herself, which is fantastic, man. On the flip side, here at the Power Hour Love, we do want to grow our channel and do a lot of different things that, cost a couple of dojis. So we will be doing an affiliate launch party for ourselves next month in April 8th, guys. So it should be super exciting, man. We'll be kicking off a super ton of fun then. So we invite you guys to join us for that and keep an eye out. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you guys can to keep up with the latest and greatest news here at the Power Hour Love, and make sure that you don't miss exciting events like that, where I'm sure we're going to be doing some giveaways and some fun stuff like that so that we can give back as much as you beautiful people give to us. But we want to thank you guys for helping us reach affiliates so far.
Oh, yeah.
Some love for all you beautiful people out there. Some Twitch love for all you beautiful Twitch streamers out there. But we have such an amazing and fantastic and fun show tonight, man. Action-packed, as always, here at the Power Hour. We wanted to tell all you beautiful people about PAX East coming up this weekend.
Oh, you know it, man. And, Boston is a party town, and I know that because that was on my list of places that I visited during my vacation. Now, I wasn't there for PAX East, but, man, I heard a lot about it while I was there, so I know those Bostonians are getting ready to get their game in, their tabletop playing on, and it's just going to be an awesome event.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, of course, PAX East is coming up this weekend. It's starting on Thursday and then running all the way till Sunday. So Senior Bulls escaped town just the hair bit too early, and he ended up missing PAX East. But we know that there's a bunch of amazing streamers that we know and love that we're going to be shouting out throughout the evening who are going to be at PAX East, and a lot of them are going to be streaming from PAX East to keep us all up to date on the awesome gaming, tabletop, CCG, all the action going down there at PAX East, man. So like we said, we'll be sprinkling them in as the night goes on. I know, look at Demo out there. All right, he's going to be at PAX East. There's your number one right there. So we'll make sure to keep an eye on his channel throughout the weekend, see if he posts up anything. If nothing else, get over there and get onto his Discord and his social media outlets so that we can keep up to date with what he's finding out there at PAX East. But we're going to give you guys a little bit of history of PAX East tonight. We're going to tell you a bit about how the convention got started, why it's in Boston, things like that. Some special things that both Senior Bull and I have seen come out of PAX East in the past.
Yep.
But not to get ahead of ourselves, we do want to tell you guys a little bit about March Madness, the video game edition, because, of course, this is the final week. I'm so glad Senior Bull is back for this. Aurelia did a fantastic job last week, rounding out our first 8, bringing in the final 4, and now you guys voted, and we've cut down to the final 2 remaining games. We want to tell you all about them, and we want to give you guys the opportunity to vote. So what do you say we get into some March Madness action?
Let's do it.
All right. Where did I put this thing to click on?
Oh
here?
Man! Oh, we gotta have it. I gotta hear it. I'll get so excited when I hear it.
I know it's pretty cute.
But yeah, we really appreciate.
I found it. All right, here we go.
Do it. man, that gets me so psyched, man. I just want to go vote right now. Before we get to that, though, man, we got to show these guys who's in the final round, round 3.
Absolutely, man. We're going to tell you guys about our final round here for March Madness. And again, these are your guys' votes. We appreciate so much everyone who's went out there and voted. Democracy says he's going to have a full report of PAX East as he gets back. So we're going to warm you guys up this week. And then next week, make sure to get over there and check out his channel so that you can get the full update on everything that went down. But as far as March Madness goes, we've narrowed it down, man. As our results went, we had Halo 5
man.
versus Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
And the winner was
Halo 5.
Halo 5 crushed it, man. So Halo 5 sneaking into the finals. What do you think of that, Senor Bull?
Oh, man, I've watched you play some Sea of Thieves. I haven't played it myself. I don't know if it's something that I would really get that into. But one thing I am absolutely into is Halo. Now, I know a lot of people will say, those earlier games. Yeah, we love the earlier games. They're awesome. But I still love getting inside a Master Chief's helmet or, one of the other random characters that you get to play throughout the series and just blasting either the Flood or the Covenant or, any of the other, enemies that they throw at you. Getting a Warthog and you drive around, you got the gunners back there shooting things up, man. It's just so much fun, man. It kind of really reminds me a lot of the early, Doom mechanics where it's more for the shooting, but less on the realism, But, man, the vehicle combat's so fun.
I have to say, to me, playing a lot of other first-person shooters first, especially Call of Duty, Battlefield, things like that, I became very familiar with Halo because of the term halo jumping. And it always made me kind of hate that game without ever playing it, because that's such an aggravating mechanic that if you don't know anything about, if you're not an experienced Halo player, will just kick your butt all the time. But you know what? I'm excited if this one wins to play some Halo 5. But it's got to take down one contender first, right? And I'll tell you the matchup we had last week. We had The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild versus Skyrim.
Oh, man, you got 2 medieval fantasy style games. You got magic, you got magical swords, you got, tons of spells, dragons, ghouls, goblins. Who took the winning on this one?
Dude, Skyrim had it all, but a lot of people describe to me The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as kind of Skyrim in the Zelda universe.
Okay.
Because there was so many similarities between it. And me and Aurelia talked about that a bit last week. And look, I see Justin Kearns is joining us out there. I know he went, we were talking about Skyrim and playing it on the Alexa over the weekend, and I saw on my Xbox, he went home and was just rocking out some more Skyrim. So what's up, dude? I appreciate you hanging in. But when it came right down to it, Breath of the Wild versus Skyrim, the winner. Why don't we have a drum roll? I need to get us a drum roll sound effect.
Well, they probably won't hear me. Yeah.
I think they just told Demo the other thing the other day. We just told him the same thing last night. He did an amazing giveaway, guys, for reaching his affiliate. I actually won a prize, Senor Bull. I don't know if I told you this.
Oh, no.
I won something called the Adora Bundle.
Okay.
Right? So it's a bundle of all of this kawaii, super cute anime stuff, man.
Okay.
And I was so psyched about it because one of it's a picture of 2 otters holding hands. Because, they sleep holding hands so they don't drift away and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I got a little, it's a pencil bag with a sushi plushie, and it's got little sushi stuff all over it. It's super cute, giant plushies. So much cool stuff, man. All for a random drawing and for being one of his followers over there at Democracy's channel. So again, we just do the shout out down there, guys. If you haven't checked him out, you got to get over there and check out his page. Super great streamer, super ton of fun. He's throwing some love down there in chat for us. But I got way sidetracked there, didn't I?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay. No, it's for Demo. He's an awesome guy. We've played many games with him.
Heck yeah, man. Part of the Legion.
Oh, absolutely. He's just so excited.
I am. I'm stoked. You guys can check out right here on our dashboard on Twitch. If you scroll down, there's a list of all of the hottest Legion of Love members that we know. And, they're ranked in no particular order, but we do give a lot of preference to people who come on and game with us on our Wednesday night game nights. Yeah. So we appreciate that. And, Demo came on. Man, playing Apex Legends with us, playing some Left 4 Dead 2 with us, man, and he's just been an awesome tour de force on the channel, man. So we appreciate you having you. You guys are going to have to throw him some love. But who won? Skyrim.
Oh,
Or Breath of the Wild. Who won?
Who was
I don't
it?
know.
Oh man, I hear the swords clanking
I don't know
and
what I'm choking on.
and you're just so excited, man. I'm telling you, you just can't.
I am.
But let it out, man. Who took it home?
Oh, this is what I was talking about. The drum roll thing. They were when he was giving away prizes, they told him to get a drum roll, and he found like a 10-minute long drum roll clip, and everyone was like, "Play it, whole thing, play it, play it." It was hilarious. But
That's awesome.
That was a good idea, though. We might do that. I might have to get a drum roll for us too.
Oh yeah.
But we don't have a drum roll, so instead, we're just gonna go Skyrim 1.
Oh man, took down the mighty Link and Zelda and Ganon and all that, man. Who shall rule? Just blasted them right off the map. All right, so
Yeah, who would have thought a game that came out 8 years ago would be the game voted in March Madness Video Game Edition? And I have to say, that wild card we threw in as a game that we could play on any system.
Yes.
You know, we could play it on the Alexa. You could play it on PC. You could play it on the Switch. You could play it in VR. I mean, it had so many different avenues of approach, and so much so that they make a joke out of it. You know, it's definitely meme-worthy. So to see that game still hanging on, still having people excited to see it, excited to vote for it is so cool, man. And I have to tell you guys, now that we've got our 2 finalists, Skyrim versus Halo 5, it's time to get out there and make your vote count. Of course, exclamation point vote should be open to everybody, but there's the link right there. Head over to our final round, vote between the final 2 games. And again, the winner will be played on an epic, special, exclusive game night stream here at the Power Hour of Love. So if that's part of your criteria, feel free to vote for the game you want to see us play for a super long time. We haven't quite figured out how long we're going to play, but it's definitely going to be an 8 hours. It's definitely going to be a couple of hours. It might be 4, it might be 8, it might be 12. We don't know, but we do know this. We know the more votes we get, the longer we're going to stream. And this stream will be 100% dedicated to charity, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like we mentioned, Aurelia does a lot of fantastic charities. So we're linking up with her for the month of April to be able to head out and represent the charity that she'll be working on in April, because she picks a new one every month. Coming up next month, right? That it might be on our charity stream. It might be on our affiliate launch party. I'm not sure yet. But we're going to get you guys a new super heart emoji that we'll be throwing out very, very soon. But it doesn't mean that if you missed out on donating last week that you can't still donate now. Her charity is open, exclamation point charity. You'll find that in the chat here. There's also a link to it on our Facebook page and in the link or in the description of this video over on YouTube. Of course, this charity gets video games in the hands of soldiers that are deployed all over the world, and also in hospitals in recovery and veterans recovering from PTSD. You know, it helps get them video games and communities set up where they can play games and kind of deal with a lot of what they have going on. I mean, they're making a huge sacrifice for us. It doesn't hurt to throw down $5 or $10 for them. $1 if you got it means the world to these organizations that can really stretch $1. You know, and it means the world to us here at the Power Hour, and I'm sure to Aurelia as well, for supporting her and her charity and her channel. So, I mean, if you don't got any extra cash, run over there and throw her a follow, throw her a like. The more eyes we can get on the channel, the more opportunities we have for donations as well.
Well, I know we know a couple fellow servicemen and servicewomen.
Yes.
And they love video games. So definitely get them in their hands, because they, you know, like you said, it's a great thing that we can give back, you know, to the sacrifice that they're making, giving them something to say, hey, you know, here's something awesome to help your time before you can come back over here and party with us.
Absolutely, guys. So, all right, we got March Madness out of the way. We got some charity love out of the way, man. We got all you beautiful people hanging out here with us. So what do you say we jump in to talking about Senior Boyle's amazing Boston adventure, where he went ahead and walked himself the Freedom Trail?
Oh, man, you know, it was just a wild time, man. I mean, it was a whole road trip up pretty much the East Coast, but definitely had to stop in Boston to see what all the action was about. Man, was it action-packed. I mean, took a train in, so, you know, I wasn't about to be driving around those crazy roadways. You know, it's not like Fallout 4, but kind of it is.
Okay.
Like, you know, when you kind of walk around in this time of year, you know, a lot of the trees don't have any leaves on them, so they look like they've been blasted away. You know, like one of our first stops where the Freedom Trail starts is in the Boston Commons.
All right.
And I'm like, hey, I remember in Fallout 4, this is where you found Swan, that massive beast that you had to take down. That when you first meet him, of course, you're like, yeah, I'm not messing with that thing right now. He's like a big red danger sign on him. So I kind of based
with the skull.
Yeah, with the skull, yeah. So I kind of based a lot of my visits here on locations I had been to, and Fallout 4 is my first time in Boston. So I found the Frog Pond where Swan's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But they're doing construction on it right now.
No.
So Swan wasn't there. There's a playground nearby where there's like a lot of mini swans running around causing all kinds of mischief. But definitely it was still a very nice park. They have a big memorial there for a big war memorial.
Yes.
There's the Capitol building, which I had to use the restroom, so I had to go in there. They made me take like my belt off and I think they were like,
you went through the metal detectors and stuff just to go potty.
Oh, yeah, I did. I had to go. But I mean, I know you do go. You can go through that building in the game as well.
Yes.
So I'm looking around. I'm like, I remember this. So it's like I'd never been there, but I kind of had. But then, like you said, the main thing was walking the Freedom Trail. So you walk this red line just like in the game, with these bricks, and you're kind of walking along, and it brings you to these various locations throughout Boston, which is kind of cool because you don't really need a tour guide. You can kind of just follow it and come across these things.
In real life, it's just like it is in the game where they just paint those giant lines on the ground, right? And you just follow them around.
Well, there's red bricks in some areas, but then, some of the roads are a little more torn up. So, yeah, it's just like a red line.
Okay.
Now, sometimes it leads you in, and you're supposed to, come back out and then, go the other way. So that took a little getting used to at first. We were kind of, going back and forth. And I'm like, what am I doing? But then I figured out, I'm supposed to go this other turn now.
Okay.
But one of those turns that we stopped in was the old Garney burial ground, which as soon as I walked in there,
I was
granary. Granary. Yes,
yeah, because I think they do grain there.
Yeah, so man, they that area, I Bethesda, they nailed it in the game because it looks just like it. Now, the only thing it didn't have no feral ghouls coming up out of the ground trying to get me, but even still, it's a very nice setup. Walking around, definitely reading about some of these folks who were laid to rest there. So as we continued on, the Freedom Trail itself is pretty long. I think it's over 2 miles. So
nice.
I wasn't able to complete the whole thing. I'll have to go back sometime.
Yeah.
But we did drive through Concord, which if you've played Fallout 4, that's pretty much the place that's one of the first cities you go to. So man, it was really cool to go there and see that building that you go up and get your first suit of power armor.
Yeah.
I didn't go inside it, but just seeing it, I'm like, that's the building right there. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that grate right over there is where that Deathclaw comes out. If you haven't played Fallout 4, obviously some spoilers, but hey, get out there and play it. It's a great game. But yeah, I really would like to go back and spend some more time in Concord, but the reason we were in such a rush is we were going over to Walden Pond.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know about Walden Pond, back in the 1800s, Henry David Thoreau, he was an author. He went and lived out there for 2 years all by himself, in the wilderness. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of folks. I could do that. I could live for 2 years in the wilderness. But yeah, nowadays, it's back in the 1800s, man, it was cold enough for me up there. But also in the game, when you go to Walden Pond, you actually hear raiders talking about Thoreau, but their facts are all kind of screwed up. So it's he lived here for 200 years. And the guy's like, I read that he lived there for 2 years, So it's kind of fun to go there and see this awesome body of water, and there was a lot of snow out there, and we actually were welcoming Boyle to your adventure, and I was trying to relive my Fallout 4 memories.
It sounds pretty exciting, man. I have to say, look, J-Dog wants to know, when you were up in Boston walking that Freedom Trail, was there any yellow bricks on the roads?
Yellow bricks? Well, let me tell you, J-Dog, if there was, I probably wouldn't be back yet because I'd be looking for that Emerald City, man.
I don't know, man. I think there are certain parts of downtown Miami that's got some yellow bricks, but that's mostly because of the hobos. But Justin K also brings up a great point. Morrowind is free on the Bethesda launcher. We tweeted about this earlier today. If you guys aren't linked up to our Twitter, man, we post about a lot of free games on Steam and stuff like that every so often. But the Bethesda launcher is giving away Morrowind away for free today for its 25th anniversary. But you have to get it from the Bethesda launcher, and you have to do it before midnight tonight. So March 25th is its 25th anniversary. So
Dude, Morrowind's 25 years old?
Yeah.
God, starting to feel a little old, man. I was just starting to feel good from my vacay, but
and then it's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. And yes, thank you, DJ Napalm, and everybody else who has welcomed me back. I've missed you guys. It was very nice to go on a little vacation, but I obviously missed my my friends over here in the Legion of Love and all the beautiful people who watch us on Twitch. And man, yeah, it's just so great to be back. And thanks for letting me share a little bit of my adventure with you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, it sounds like a super ton of fun, man. I'm glad you went out and had a good time. We held down the fort here at the Power Hour, didn't we? I know DJ Napalm was helping my moderator, my temp moderator coming in on the Sea of Thieves night, or he had to step out for a few minutes, and he came in to hold down the fort because a little bit of that rum punch might have been through the oil bandito there. Things might have been getting a little loose, a little wild out on these seven seas. But we had a lot of fun. I wouldn't say we broke it. But we bent the TOS probably a little bit Wednesday night.
Just you were teeter-tottering.
Yeah.
Push it to the limit.
So it was super fun, guys. But I know you guys are waiting to hear about this PAX East, guys. So what do you say? What game is free? Life Reboot says Morrowind on PC is going to be free today only from the Bethesda launcher. And you have to get it before midnight tonight. And it's 100% free.
And that was the Elder Scrolls 3. So that's the third in the series right before Oblivion. And yeah, I mean, it was really the one that set the standard, I think, for a lot of the games we got later. I mean, they were always first person and stuff like that, but, you know, those earlier ones were so, like mid-90s. You know, that one was like, boom, here you go. These are where if you do something here, it'll come back to haunt you later. You know, like those elements that we know and love from games now.
No doubt. But all right, guys, we're moving into talking about some PAX East, man.
Ooh.
Now, we know a lot of you beautiful people out there, you might be into some gaming, so you may have heard of PAX East, right? But there's a lot of history behind PAX East, originally starting all the way back in 2004, right? So it's originally known as the Penny Arcade Expo, right? Which is an overall term used to refer to the gaming culture involving tabletop gaming, arcade gaming, video gaming, and stuff like that. Of course, Penny Arcade going back to the classic, kind of arcade-ish machines where you'd put a penny in and they had like a little viewfinder or something you could look through, old classic stuff like that. So it's definitely a generational term that they've used. Now, the interesting thing about PAX is that this started in Washington, the state Washington, in a town that is difficult to pronounce, Maidenbower, I think it's Maidenbower.
That sounds pretty good. That's close enough. Yeah.
So their humble beginnings in Maidenbower back in 2004 was where they set the stage and said that, they didn't want to have like a convention for cosplay and comic books and all this stuff because all those nerd things are great, but they all had their own conventions, Star Trek and all that. So they wanted a convention that was just for gaming. So they launched that back in 2004 and had over 1,300 people sign up and show up to the event. Well, 1,300 pre-registered, for the event. I mean, as a pre-registration for an event, that's pretty epic, especially for a first-time event. From then on, after that first event, every year, that doubled in size until they eventually started selling out arenas that they were booking.
Man, it's just so funny because I remember reading the Penny Arcade webcomic, and then when I heard they were doing like an event, I was like, oh, that's cool, but then just year after year, you keep hearing about it. I'm like, man, they must really be taking off with that expo. So, I mean, yeah, it's so wild to think that now, so many years later, it's still rolling strong and even stronger because it's multiple events, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It has since branched off to having events all throughout the country, and I think they even have an international event now. Yes. So I know that they have San Antonio, Texas. They've got... let me see. I think there's my list of it there. Okay. They're held annually in Seattle, Washington, Boston, Massachusetts, which is the PAX East, right? Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, San Antonio, Texas, Melbourne, Australia, right? PAX was originally created by Jerry Holkins and Mike Kruhulik. Again, bad with names. The authors of the Penny Arcade webcomic that Senior Bull mentioned, because they wanted to attend a show exclusively for gaming, so they created it. Boom. Since then, of course, it has wrapped in tabletop gaming, CCG, and all sorts of other fun stuff like that. And, of course, the cosplay has become super huge because cosplaying for games has become super huge. So all in all, it's a pretty exciting event that massively exploded across the world. So
it just goes to show you, man, don't just dream it, be it. Go ahead and make it happen, man. These guys were like, we're going to make our thing. They may were unhappy with the ways that, comic conventions were going, where all these like super guests were coming, and they were like, hey, we want to, like you said, we want something that's more gaming oriented.
Yeah, it's just for gaming.
Exactly. So they made it happen.
Absolutely, and it's been a super ton of fun and a big hit ever since. Like we said, we've got a couple of streamers that we know who are going to be there and hanging out at the event all throughout the course of the weekend, man. So we want to name drop a couple of them. Of course, Democracy, we said earlier, he's going to be heading out there and checking out the event and recapping a lot of it next week. We also know that Nubbins Inc. is going there, and I'm fairly certain he's going to be streaming from the event, which is pretty awesome.
Ooh,
So let me see. We'll give him a little shout out, and hopefully we'll get you over where he's at.
Absolutely, man. And if you guys, in the chat, if you happen to be attending PAX East or one of the PAX events, because we are worldwide here at the Power Hour, be sure to throw it down. If it's something you've been to before and have a cool story, throw it in there. We'd love to hear about it. Now, one thing I know, man, is that a lot of performers in like the nerd music community have kind of gotten their launch pad from PAX.
No doubt, man. And I'd love to talk more about that. But what do you say we save that for after the news?
Oh, we'll do it. Yeah, absolutely. We got lots of stuff to chat about for PAX.
We do. We've got a lot more cool information about PAX. We ran a little bit long here in the first half of our segment, but if you guys stick with us through some amazing Podunk news, we're going to tell you about all the wacky and wild stuff going on in your beautiful Podunk world.
Let's do it.
Podunk News.
Mr. Fusion coming in hot with that exclamation point right there.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm telling you, whenever I hear that voice, that beautiful voice of Bishop saying Podunk News, I just get so excited. Because this is definitely one of my favorite parts of the show is when we get to talk about all the crazy stuff that's going on out there. And we're going to start first up with a really cool story that we've been following for a good couple of months now. I mean, it probably first got announced about a year ago, and like now it's really looking like it's going to happen. Now, if you guys are a fan, you're excited too. So I think it's our first top story.
No doubt, man. I want to take a minute to say hi to Jeebus joining us out there. What is going on?
Yeah.
Throwing some love. Throw you a bit of Twitch love for stopping by tonight. We appreciate it. Another fellow streamer who comes and hangs out with us, plays some games with us, some Apex.
Much love.
Absolutely. And some Dead by Daylight he was rocking with us. He's a big horror fan.
Rocking, saving my ass numerous times.
DJ Napalm says, Power Hour, you are a natural on the Wild Wild West. Thank you so much, dude. I'm trying, man. It's a little weird. I didn't even get a chance to tell Senior Bull yet. I know he hasn't caught it, but Wormwood has been streaming Outlaws of the Old West, a brand new survival kind of Western game.
Sounds right up my alley.
Dude, it's very cool. It's like literally everything I wanted out of Red Dead, where I could just do cowboy stuff, but I don't have to do anything else. There's like no story to it. But he invited me to play on a role-playing server.
Okay.
So you have to like be in character the entire time you're playing.
All right. Sounds cool.
Super fun. I'm having so much fun with them. Do It Daryl is out there. What's his name? It's like Matthew Grizzly Bear or something is his name. I know them by their character names, and now I can't think of their streamer names, but they're amazing. We'll definitely be doing some chatting about that on Wednesday.
Cool.
When we might actually play that game on stream here coming up.
Love to check it out.
Yeah, thank you, DJ Napalm. Real quick sidebar, sorry. Somebody was throwing me some accolades. Had to take a second for that.
Of course. Why not? But like we were saying, I know you're excited about that, but I am absolutely excited about this.
First story of the night.
Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves. If you haven't seen it yet, you definitely got to go check it out on YouTube after the show. They finally put out a video talking about Bill and Ted 3, or properly named Bill and Ted Face the Music, the third story in the Bill and Ted soon-to-be trilogy. We always just thought it was going to be the two movies, but now it's almost gearing up to be 30 years after the bogus journey. These guys are going to get back together and do a third movie.
Yeah, that's epic, man.
And yeah, with the whole thing about it is that they've said, there's been a lot of roadblocks. There's a lot of different things that are going on. but they're really hoping that they could start filming this summer for an August 2020.
Noob coming back to Mortal Kombat 11. Tell us about it, Senior Bull.
I knew when you caught that name, you're going to be like, Noob? What? Noob Sabat has been announced to be making his return in the upcoming Mortal Kombat 11, which is releasing on April 23rd. I know we're going to rock that out at some point because we definitely love to get our hands dirty and bloody in Mortal Kombat. But if you're not familiar with Noob Sabat, he was introduced all the way back in Mortal Kombat 2, and he was an Easter egg character. You had to do like a bunch of crazy crap to like get to fight him. And actually the first game had that with Reptile. He was a hidden character. So, then eventually they made him an actual playable character, but he's been gone for a while, so everybody's really excited that he's making his return. But we got even more exciting Mortal Kombat 11 news for you. Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn will actually be downloadable characters in the upcoming game.
Nice.
Now, that's cool. We definitely always want, we get to play as that, morphing sorcerer and the big old Shao Kahn. But I thought this was cool. For Shang Tsung, the original actor who played him in the 1995 movie is returning to do his voice over. And I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of cool that they're acknowledging that to be,
It's just mixed feelings on that. But
well, I know we were talking about it earlier. I mean, that first movie CGI is pretty bad. The story's not that great, but it could definitely use a refresher, but it wasn't the worst thing I remember seeing.
Okay, considering it was a video game movie made in the 90s. It's probably one of, if not the best. But that's keeping it in a company that's not great to begin with. You know what I mean? When you look at movies like Super Mario Brothers or Street Fighter or Blood Rain or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I think, coming out later this year. So maybe it's time for a new Mortal Kombat. What do you guys think, chat? Throw down some love if you want to see a new Mortal Kombat movie come out pretty soon. But until then, if you guys want to see some head-to-head action, drop the link in the chat just now for the March Madness Video Game Edition final round head-to-head Halo 5 going against Skyrim. If you haven't had a chance to vote, get over there and vote. Of course, the winner we're going to be doing on an epic live charity stream next month. And the more people that vote, the longer we're going to stream, guys. So get out there and make your vote count. Vote for the game you want to see. Vote for the game you love most.
Oh, yeah. So what's next, Bandito?
All right, next up we have the Sea of Thieves anniversary preview. That's right, Sea of Thieves is celebrating its 1-year anniversary, and as such, man, it's going to be adding so much fun, new action-packed stuff. I mean, this game has continued to grow since its inception and rise in popularity, especially towards the end of 2018 and beginning of 2019 here. It has really kind of hit its peak, its stride, and it's been going strong now for the last few months, and hopefully this anniversary update will keep it doing just that. Life Reboot's tapping out for now. Have fun, everyone. Thank you so much. GG's. And let's see. So coming up, right, they're going to do a series of drops for the anniversary, right? So the arena will be coming out as an all-new competitive game mode that will let you and your friends test yourselves against other crews in a fun and fast-paced match to amass the most loot, right? So I believe that's going to be coming out Tuesday, April... Oh, wait. Okay, I'm not going to give the dates on this because I actually got them all mixed up. So don't worry about the dates on this, but they're coming out in April, all of them. So by the end of April, all this stuff will come out, okay? So next up is the Hunter's Call. The Hunter's Call is a new trading company that gives you more ways to play and progress towards Pirate Legend. So find out more about what you can do, the company behind it, and the rewards that they offer. All right, and finally, the third little update that they're going to have is called Tall Tales, Shores of Gold. So this is SOT like you've never seen it before. Okay, Tall Tales is a collection of story-rich quests that are played out in a shared world and can be fully experienced by yourself or with the crew. This first collection, called Shores of Gold, invites you to embark on an epic adventure of love, humor, and betrayal in search of the mythical Shores of Gold.
Okay.
So honestly, this is like a story mode.
Okay.
But it's like a little tiny story mode, and they're going to be putting out little chapters like this for people to play. So I don't know. It sounds pretty cool. I know a lot of people in chat hanging with us have played some Sea of Thieves. What do you guys think of that? Do you think it sounds cool? Does it sound neat to add a little bit of a story mode to it? I think that's kind of cute, as long as they keep it short and concise, like they said. Being able to play shared is always fun, because then you can still play with your crew no matter whose progression is where. So I don't know. It sounds pretty neat. DJ Napalm coming in hot with that. Arr! Mr. Fusion wants to know where his invitation was to come drink a rum runner.
Oh, there you go, man.
Must have got lost in the mail, my dude.
I was gonna say, man, yeah, anytime there's some fusion power going on, he's
as if by some kind of alcoholic magic, poof, Mr. Fusion appears.
Absolutely. Well, it looked like it was a lot of fun. And definitely, I might have to jump in there at some point. But it sounds like they got some wild modes coming out in the next in the next few updates. So
absolutely.
Very cool.
All right. So next up, we got a little bit of local love. We're going to tell you guys about a fun and exciting thing happening in the Power Hours backyard, where you just might find us hanging out at. What do we got for him, Senior Bull?
Oh man, well this is definitely local for us. Like Clyde Butcher, he's a pretty much a known nationally photographer who's mainly known for photographing wilderness photography of Florida landscapes, but he worked a lot with A.E. Backus back in the day. So he's actually releasing a book about pretty much his work that he did with A.E. Backus, famous painter. So Clyde Butcher is going to be doing a book signing at the A.E. Backus Museum and Gallery in Fort Pierce, Florida on March 30th. You could get in from 1 to 3. I'm sure there's going to be a line because he doesn't do this very often. He's been around for a while too. So if you have some of his photography, or you're just a photography fan as it is, fellow photographer, I'm sure they'll want to go down there and at least maybe chat with them for a few moments. So, but definitely check out his book. I'm sure it's got a lot of cool stories, especially if you're a local Floridian.
Absolutely, guys. Yeah, a lot of history revolved around all of the work that he did too. So it's really, really cool stuff, man. They have, like Senior Bull said, whole museums dedicated to this, especially in our area where we actually have one of the oldest buildings in all of Florida's here. Yep. Like the entire center part of the East Coast, there's one building, and it's like 20 minutes from where we are. So it's
absolutely,
it's pretty neat.
Very, very cool. So definitely, when we say local love, this one's very local to us.
Yes. But all right, coming up last but not least are the headlines. Of course, rapid fire segment of the news where we tell you about some stories that are so big you probably heard about them already, but it's worth just mentioning the headline.
All right, first up, got Jordan Peele's Us. I've been hearing a lot about this pretty much over the weekend. Set a new box office horror record for best opening for an original horror film. So that's not counting any of the remakes or any of that other stuff that's kind of come along. So I mean, even it would kind of fall into that category since it was already a movie.
Yes, it
couldn't be an original film, and it's based on a book. This is something that's straight up. So it came in with $70 million, which, yeah, this Jordan Peele guy, it's almost like every movie he puts out is like kind of like boom, box office success.
Yeah, they're saying he's got some real suspense master horror chops. So hopefully he'll keep that up and keep riding that wave. But also in movie news, Avengers Endgame is reporting that its runtime is going to be over 3 hours.
Wow.
So sounds like a pretty epic movie. They probably should have just pushed for the trilogy, but that's okay. Last but not least, X-Men villain becomes Captain America in bizarre alternate universe. That's right. Apocalypse has taken up the mantle of Captain America in a new alternate reality comic that Marvel's putting out. So pretty bizarre stuff there, but if you're a comic book fan, we'd recommend getting out there and checking this one out. Of course, no one we could recommend better than checking out Big Dog Comics and Thunderdome Gaming up on the corner of US 1 and Midway Road. Go see Captain Joel Kilmer up there. Let him know the Power Hour sent you.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's
headphones. Because he is in the zone, man, and he's got to do it. But they play all the accompanying music in sort of what would you say, like a rock and roll alternative style?
Oh yeah. They're definitely jamming it out.
Yeah, because it's like a big full garage band, and they're playing these classic 8-bit tunes as kind of cool remixes. Man, super awesome band.
I don't think we've ever seen the wizard die. Like he pretty much went through the games without actually failing. So
yeah,
it's very cool. Also, the Double Clicks, a duo awesome female musicians who integrate a lot of different instruments into their songs, and they're just a lot of fun. We've seen them perform with like Professor Shy Guy and some of these other great groups. But yeah, it's great that that's kind of become a permanent fixture in PAX, and something I guess they were probably just like, hey, let's try it out. And yeah, now it's there every year, as well as in their additional events like PAX East.
Absolutely, man. Now, again, like we said, these events, man, they get blown up, super sold out like all the time. So like their Friday and Saturday are already completely sold out. Sunday, there are still some available tickets for, so you can grab some tickets for that. Thursday looks like they have lots of tickets for still, so you may want to check out Thursday if you can. But of course, a lot of the good panels and performers are going to be Friday and Saturday. That's why the most people jump on it. Mexico joining us out there in the chat. What is up, my friend? Thank you so much for stopping in here at the Power Hour.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right, but they do have a ton of other features out here. Like I just mentioned, of course, they have some panels, and they've got some really cool panels going on at PAX East, right? And you can check out the schedule page. Let's head over to their schedule page and take a look at it, because I know there was a couple I picked out, but my notes are not cooperating with me tonight. So we're going to read this like just live off the webpage.
Let's do it.
How about them apples, right? All right, so let's see. To do here on Friday, they have got some pretty awesome stuff. Let's see. If anyone wants to throw down what they're most interested in seeing, like if someone's going, I know Demo's going, if he wants to throw down in the chat some of the stuff that he's excited about seeing, it may not be something that we had our eyes on yet, so feel free to do that.
I know I saw there was like a D&D, like I think they do like live Dungeons and Dragons like while they're there at the event.
You know who I'm looking for is Outside Xbox. I'm pretty sure Outside Xbox is going to be there, and I wrote it down. But now there's a search thing. All right, good. Let's just search the entire schedule.
Let's do it.
Yes, okay, that was a good idea. Dude, you're coming in hot right there, saving my bacon. Because I had no idea what happened to it. Yes, Outside Xbox and Xbox Extra presents D&D The Oxen Venture, right? This is an ongoing series that they have been doing on both of their channels there, where the two channel participants get together and they're hosting a D&D campaign. This originally started over on the Outside Xbox channel, where they revealed they had never actually played D&D before.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they found a friend of theirs who's an actual DM, and they brought him in to do it live on camera. Okay, I shouldn't say live. It was pre-recorded, and then they edited it and stuff. But it's basically them playing D&D for the first time. And this absolutely exploded for them to where sometimes they go to venues and just play D&D there. But they dress up like their characters and cosplay and stuff. It's super cool. I love all the characters they have out there. And it's a super ton of fun. If you guys haven't checked out Outside Xbox or Outside Extra, they're a fantastic YouTube channel from the UK, and they're coming all the way over here to PAX East over in Boston to do a D&D Oxen Venture live from PAX East. So it should be super cool.
And it looks like they even have some autograph sessions, so you could even get to meet the guys there, and on the continuing days, after their D&D sessions. So yeah, definitely got a huge following. And,
and look at this. That's actually Thursday night at 8 p.m.
Yep.
That they're doing the D&D adventure. So that's the night they still have tickets available for.
There you go.
So definitely, man, I would recommend getting out there and checking out. They do have autograph signings on Sunday. So there's still tickets available to get in on Sunday, where they have an 11:30 a.m. autograph session for Outside Xbox. Should be super cool.
Absolutely, man. I'm sure there's a lot of great stuff going on. I know there's a lot of like board game manufacturers that go. I know Steve Jackson Games will most likely be there. I'm sure, like you said, Wizards of the Coast. Any of those great games out there. The Fantasy Flight Games who do all the Arkham games. Hey, it's Boston. It's Arkham. I mean, they got to be there.
No doubt, man. Let's see what Steve Jackson's cooking.
I
got the big Zilch show on Steve Jackson. What happened?
Well, I'm almost wondering if maybe they have
Hey, Lazarus coming in to say what's up. Thank you so much for that follow, man.
Thank you.
I was just hanging out with Lazarus earlier over in Quad God's channel. So,
hey.
Hoji.
Oh, they're rolling in, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you guys so much. Thank you for the follow.
Thanks so much, guys. We hope you're having some fun. Are any of you guys going to be able to make it out to PAX East? I know Lazarus was telling me where he's from. I think he's a little bit far away from there.
Ooh.
Do it, Daryl, coming in hot with the follow right there. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Daryl's definitely one of the guys I've been playing the Outlaws of the Old West with him and Wormwood.
There you go.
And I'm pretty sure Daryl set up the server there. X-Squire, I thought he was following. Did our Streamlabs just go crazy and we've got a bunch of just throwing us out some follows for fun? No, X-Squire, we appreciate it. Of course, look at that. Methuselah Death Check.
Oh, there you go. Man, they're just rolling in, man.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Are these fans of the Outside Xbox? And they're
Maybe. They were like, oh, man. Treason. All right, come on. I know these people have followed already. What's going on?
Oh, man.
But that's awesome. I appreciate so much all the follows from all the beautiful people. If it keeps throwing alerts up all night, what the hell? Let's let it talk about all the wonderful people that we've got. Mod Squad right here.
That's awesome.
Fantastic Apex Legends streamer, second to none. Treason plays with their husband, some Fortnite and different games like that live on stream. They're a super ton of fun. Great channel. You want to check them out. Like I was saying, Lazarus, I met in Quad God's channel this morning where she was playing some Division 2. Super ton of fun. Do it, Daryl. Outlaws of the Old West. He plays a reverend in there who's a reverend of the town, and he's at odds with our hedonist ways in the Old West. All the drinking and whoring and stuff like that.
I got to say, you've kind of kept this one a little secret from me. I might have to jump into this adventure, man.
Dude, that game literally came out while you were gone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So man, it is hot off the press.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it came out March 12th. So maybe you were still here, but you left the next day or something.
That sounds like a load of fun.
It is, dude. It's super cool. It's only $19.95 on Steam.
Oh yeah.
So it launched. It's considered early access right now, so it's not perfect. There's a lot of little laggy bugs and crap like that. But for the most part, man, it's been super fun. Really great RP adventure game.
Oh yeah, we got to make that happen. That sounds too much fun. But definitely, like we were saying, PAX East sounds killer. I wish we could be there.
Yes.
I was just in Boston, which it was a blast. So I know there's a lot of great places to eat. If you're looking for a good little breakfast snack, Union Street Donuts. It was listed on a top 10 of places you should go eat when you're in Boston. Mm-hmm. They were delicious. I had a maple bacon donut. Killer.
Oh, man. Hey, you can't beat a good old maple bacon donut. So, especially up north when you're getting closer to, maple country.
Oh, man. We were staying with some folks who were literally making maple syrup. We're like, yeah, this is pretty awesome.
Pretty cool, man. Well, here, look at this one. We got inside the voice actor studio. Let's see who's inside the voice actor studio. This is Friday night, Friday morning, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., where they have a bunch of panelists here. Let's see. Does it not tell us where they're from? It just has their names. That's nice. It would have been cool if they told us what stuff they did. Can we click on them? We can't click on them to find out where they did. Okay. Well, that was great. Thanks for that event, guys. There's just so much stuff here. It's mind-blowing how much stuff there is. We usually love to grab a couple of things that we really know and love out here, and we did, and our notes have completely died on us, so we're just perusing a few things here, see what's kind of fun and exciting.
It looks like down here in our comments, J-Dog says that it looks like Twitch might be having a little bit of technical difficulties as we're glitching a bit, but we definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with us and rocking as we talk about PAX East.
Absolutely, guys. Yeah, we appreciate it. Like we said, Nubbins Inc. is going to be out there this weekend, probably streaming from the event. Democracy will be giving us a heads up and a recap next week for all the exciting stuff that went down and out there at PAX East, man. So it should be super exciting. Like I said, we had some other streamers we wanted to mention as well, but considering our entire notes section here is down and it looks like we may be having some glitches and stuff, we should probably just go ahead and wrap it up and call it a night. But we will hopefully catch all you guys on Wednesday, where we'll be playing some games and having some fun. Keep up with us on our social media accounts so that you guys can find out what we're rocking Wednesday night. It should be a lot of fun. We'll be coming at you soon. Make sure to vote in the March Madness.
Yes.
So that we can get a